problem at all. It was the speech. It was the press.
I mean,
his press agent.
Your speech is as you do it, not what you prepare. I mean, if you looked at the drafts, it will have changed several times, and he chose not to make those. At least that's the way I would have defended it.
Yes, I mean, I quite understand that he's scared to actually address some of the really important political issues that surround us today, because he just hasn't got the gumption to do it. You know,
you're quite right.
When he's taking time away from playing tiddlywinks,
he's a wet fish. He's a wet salmon.
I mean, he's probably Alex Salmon's little brother.
He could well be.
Yeah,
he could well be. He's a bit sort of fishy, isn't he?
We could call him Kipper.
Kipper Billy.
I am desperately trying not to respond to that.
I think it's very fitting, actually. Kipper Billy Dan.
You lead me into temptation, Alan.
I enjoy doing it.
Are you not a great Miliband supporter then, Brian?
Of course I am.
Oh,
and
he says with his
I was actually. I now understand the word conviction.
I was on a rival programme on Thursday night. BBC Three Counties panel. Yes, I deserted it. And yeah, exactly. And he asked me that question. Yeah. And would I support Miliband? And I said, of course I will. He was our democratically elected.
That doesn't come into any of the debate at all, because we know that Alan will support that bloke Clegg as well. So it's Richard Clegg,
David Clegg.
Either of them would be better.
I don't know who on earth you would support.
Well,
I mean, I'm thinking about UKIP actually, because they're going to.
A lot of people are, I think.
They're going to reduce my taxes, They're going to.
They're going to privatise the NHS.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I don't know why anybody's thought of that before.
I don't know who else thought of that. Yeah.
And as their deputy leader said, our policies are very conservative.
Yeah, I know. From UKIP, that's not bad going at all, is it really? Right, okie dokie. What are we going to go on to next?
Well, there's a warfare brewing up. I'm just reading a headline here. UK embroiled in welfare row over European migrants. Poland, Slovakia and the Czech Republic slammed the British government for failing to send welfare payments to migrant workers despite them travelling back to Eastern Europe. So they've gone back home and they're still expecting to get their handouts.
Oh, why not?
What do we make of that?
Why not? If they're entitled to it.
Why are they?
They should give it to them.
Why should we pay them if they're not here?
Well, why? Of course they should.
Again, with all these stories, it depends on the circumstances. If it's money that was owed to them from when they were here, then that's one totally different side. If it's money that they're expecting because they're not here, then that's totally outrageous.
£10 million in unemployment benefit, they're saying here. This is the Telegraph. After they return home after they're losing their jobs in Britain, so they've gone home. They're saying they've gone home as a result of losing their jobs here.
Yeah, and most of them do. And in fact, it's this myth that people come here for the benefits. British benefits compared to most European benefits is actually lousy.
Yes.
Yep.
And if that was the criteria by which people judge whether they come here, they'd stay in most of their own countries.
And after all, let's face it.
When I needed to claim it a few years back, I had a devil of a job getting unemployment benefit, mainly because I had been self-employed, but at that particular time I was made redundant from a part-time job. And I was told by a Polish girl that I wasn't entitled to anything.
But have you seen the latest crazy thing that Duncan Smith's come up with? Which is that you have to attend the job centre.
Yes.
But if you go for a job interview, you lose your benefits for going for a job interview. Because you're not at the...
It's just not joined up thinking, is it?
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, isn't it?
But what about this hotel in Folkestone where they're putting the illegal immigrants?
Yeah.
And they're complaining
because
the food's not.
Yeah.
Food's not to their liking. Food
isn't that the thing that Britain's always had reputation for? Bad food.
Some of these seaside hotels, I think it's shocking.
Well, you've got some good food in
accommodation.
You do not upset seaside landladies.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but this is a major hotel chain, so it's not it's a great big one.
Chain, is it?
Talking about food and things like that, as we weren't, but I'm noticing the Jaffa cakes. The thing is, the Jaffa cakes floating around.
They're very nice.
No, thank you. No. I had my two.
I had some different ones last night. They should have been here this morning, but my wife decided we would open them. They were from Aldi.
That's a high five. What I was going to say, gentlemen, and you keep. Listen, I'm going to pull your microphones out in a minute, because you're just disrupting me entirely and utterly.
What have I done?
We're just following the Telegraph and revolting.
Yes, I was going to say yes. We could all be revolting, but never mind. We have admitted, gentlemen, that we weren't here last week. So we didn't have a weigh-in, but we did have a weigh-in this morning before we came in. Oh, don't speak with your mouth full, please. You get Jaffa cake all over the microphones. I mean, there's a rule in the studio about not eating, but spluttering away there.
I think instead of the dumpy old man, perhaps it could be called the wobbly old man.
And drinking as well.
The dumpy old man,
Dumpy old man.
Did you want these results today?
And before our listeners get the wrong idea, that's tea, not...
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Have you finished your Jaffa?
Like Brian and myself, we're the same as we were 2 weeks ago.
That's funny, isn't it? Yeah.
We've not gained and we've not lost anything. But Alan sadly has put on a pound, which is not too bad in 2 weeks, is it?
No, it's not too bad.
With your lifestyle.
Considering the 2 weeks I've just had, I'm quite pleased the pound is only, a pound. I've been eating for England for the last week.
Have you really? Again?
Well, I was really ill a couple of weeks ago and I seem to have sort of developed an appetite since I've been healthy.
I can do this with them, you see. I just sort of fade them into the background.
Hi, this is Lisa Lavelle. Join me for Lazy Sundays on Secular Sounds. I've got music to soothe you, move you, and groove you. Sundays at 2 p.m. on Secular Sounds.
Hello, I'm Jim Cleland, and every Saturday at 7 p.m. on Secular Sounds Radio, you can hear non-stop dance and disco music from the 70s right up to the present day. So, if it's classic disco tunes you're after with a touch of today's best dance music, listen in to the best disco in town on Secular Sounds Radio every Saturday at 7 p.m. with me, Jim Cleland.
Bringing people and communities together on secularsounds.org.
Tonight, the light of love is in
25 minutes past 8 o'clock here in Milton Keynes. You're listening to Seclo Sounds. We're broadcasting from our studios at Pear Tree Bridge, courtesy of Interaction. And if you'd like to know what Seclo Sounds or indeed Interaction do, then just get onto the website and have a look. That will explain it all to you. If you'd like to join the community radio station here in Milton Keynes, we'd love to welcome you on board. All you've got to do is send us an email to radio@seclosounds, radio@seclosounds.org, and we'll pick it up from there. We'll always welcome new people on board. Not necessarily just the voice behind the microphone either, because there's all sorts of other jobs like making tea, producing programmes, technically operating, meeting and greeting and all that sort of thing. So there are loads of positions. You don't have to be one of those people who speak behind the microphone. There we go. This the Grumpy Old Man on a Saturday morning. I'm Mike Barry.
I'm Bob Bluffield.
I'm Brian White.
I'm Alan Mallyon.
And he's the tea maker this morning, which is very good.
I'm the best tea maker.
You are indeed. Hence why we need a tea maker to make our tea, don't we? So you don't have to keep leaving the
I
studio.
like making a cup of tea. It gets me out and about, and I can stretch my legs.
I would actually totally agree with that. You mean making the best tea maker, because you just wandered out the studio with two mugs, and you never. I mean, my mug's sitting here empty,
I'll fill it up.
Never even asked me if I wanted a cup, and I'm the man who's doing all the work here.
We'll get our violins out.
You guys are just sitting here munching away at Jaffa biscuits.
You think you've got the power of the slider controls? We have the power of the kettle.
Mike had a Marmite sandwich while we were eating Jaffa cakes.
I had two Marmite sandwiches. Bits of toast, actually.
He is that sort of bloke.
Yes, I love Marmite. There we go.
Yeah.
Now then. You do. You love it or you hate it, don't you? But there we go. Something that infuriated me this week in the paper. What are you showing now? It's disgusting things, probably. Oh, all right. Who's that?
It's a bloke called Tim Searle, his best man at his wedding, a wedding photograph I did 20 years ago, and his best man was his bulldog.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Well, his bulldog was lovely, and they wouldn't let it in the... he'd prearrange it, but they wouldn't let it in the register office in Milton Keynes.
Oh, that's good.
So he couldn't have his best man present.
That's funny, because there's a lot of old dogs going in the registry office in Milton Keynes.
There certainly is.
And I know the chief registrar there as well. She's lovely as well.
What's her name?
Sharon.
Sharon. Yeah, well, she's an Arsenal supporter.
Tim Searle, he's a character in Milton Keynes.
Films,
that's right. Yeah. Terrific, yeah. Now then, on to a bit of a grumpiness here, because Theresa May is going to give the French, Mange tout, £12 million to halt the Calais migrants.
Why are we having to pay for this?
Yeah, why?
The French
to do, Just, this is why, because the French there, they've got the right attitude. They've just said, if you're not going to do it, we're going to open the borders up, and we'll put the border between England and France in Folkestone. So they can, they'll just go in, I don't know how they can do it, but they'll just do it, and then everybody will come to Folkestone.
I can see the tunnel being closed soon.
Can you?
Well,
yeah.
Oh, this is
I'm
serious.
going to campaign for it. I think.
Don't until after November, because I'm going through it in November.
Oh, okay.
You're not,
But I think closing the tunnel would teach those pesky French a thing or two about diplomacy on an international level.
Mange tout, but the thing is,
you've heard the famous story of the general in the Crimea, who, when we were fighting the Russians, who had grown up and he hated the French, and he said to his troops, and the French were our allies, let's attack the French. And half the troops wanted to do that, despite the fact that we were supposed to be their allies. And
well, I mean, the French have got a point. We've got to stop sort of this tide of immigration. I mean, when you've got just loads of people just...
Well, why?
What do you mean, why?
I say why. Why do you want to stop if you actually look at
because we've got to pacify Daily Mail readers.
Oh, yeah, well, I realise that. But if you actually look at the value that immigration brings to this country and the actual benefits of people who bring their skills to this country, we actually benefit from it as a nation.
I don't think these people that are gathering in France are going to bring any skills to this country. I really don't.
Well, how do you know that?
Smuggling,
crime.
How do you know that?
Well, I don't.
That's a prejudice.
I know it's a prejudice, but they're attacking lorry drivers, aren't they?
But these poor people are desperate to get to this country, and I mean,
they're desperate to get out.
I mean, you can't blame them. It's the best country in the world, and if you've got to pick a country to come to, I suppose this is the one.
Do you think we're full up?
Truly said, but I mean, I agree with.
If you're talking about a pension crisis coming, who's going to do the work?
That's right.
What does that say?
If you took out all of the foreigners who are working in the National Health Service, we wouldn't have a National Health Service. There wouldn't be a problem with it because it wouldn't be there.
What about there are more expats in Europe than there are Europeans in Britain?
Yes.
So they say.
That's true.
So they say.
And if you brought all those expats back,
Yep.
many of whom are elderly, they